Or will this be settled right here, right now?
It's Illuminar's map pick, so we'll have to see what they have to show for us here on Overpass. Going to be making an early fast play here towards B. They're not going to slow down. They're just barreling forward.
Set play coming in, but there's 4 defenders for the win. Have taken short, but they will lose the first encounter.
That's a huge kill there as well. Diaz going down. Agile now, he can swing out, but the kills are just coming through. Story, he's all alone and removed immediately.
Illuminar Gaming not wasting any time in this pistol. They send 5 players through towards the B bomb site and they completely overwhelm the defense.
That round over in about 30 seconds. As fast as you like it here on Overpass. Illuminar starting things how they wish them to continue. A critical pistol round for them to win.
We're talking about the momentum. It's so important now for this Polish side to dig deep, to work their way back. And now it all begins with this. When Illuminar Gaming win the pistol, similar to For the Win, they always convert the second.
Let's see if they can do it here. Morel's extending forward with this MAC-10. The flashbang is perfect. Story removed with that scout, not able to make it chime. Now it's just the Desert Eagles that have to do the work.
Players lurking in connector, though, for the CTs. That Molotov, though, it's going to be perfectly placed.
Yeah, the information gained on that jump peak. Black Tier, he's able to find the kill alongside Mast. These players getting picked apart. You wouldn't think they'd fully bought into this one.
Well, you're completely right. It will be that force by Jerks. At least gets a Deagle kill at the very least, but they're unsure where the bomb's going to end up.
Yeah, it's making way back to B now. The openings were found. The site is open at the moment. A player has rotated over in Rostos. He's moving forward through CT, but he gets forced forward. And Zahn, he's able to remove him.
Starting bright as well. Zahn, that key standout player for Illuminar over towards Nuke. And Jerks cannot find the mark with the Deagle. So, 2-0. Early signs of good things to come potentially for Illuminar.
Yeah, Zahn, he was right up there alongside Diaz on Nuke. Looked very strong there, considering it was a 16-9 victory for the win. That he went toe-to-toe is a good sign. If he can continue that here on Overpass, gets scary for the win.
And Mast, we need to see this AWP coming in. It won't be in this round, obviously, but in the later stages of the first half, he needs to be the man getting that impact. Heavily reliant on that AWP. He does his best work with that scope weapon.
Now it's just the USPs. PHR can push up forward with the MAC-10. One of the most experienced players here at the conference stages. Has been present before with AGO back in EPL Season 7, as well as Season 8. Wanting to make that a Season 16 as well.
But the USPs are actually getting a couple of kills. Got to get a little bit scary, but thankfully, Black Tear's spray, it's a hat trick for him. And Illuminar, they survive against the USPs at the very least.
Good start here. 3-0 is the lead. Similar start for the win on Nuke. It was able to get equalized early on. Let's see if the reverse can happen here on Overpass.
Yeah, what's the response? Gun round will come into play in round number 4, and Story immediately with that sniper.
Was able to find a lot of impact with that on Nuke, even if it was the riflers at the top of the leaderboard. Story definitely had his moments to shine. Has to make it sing here on this CT side. Diaz burnt down early on. Damage done for free onto him. Let's see the CTs. They're trying to position short control, but a little wary for aggression.
Remember, Rostov's got to be careful not to get caught out by the spam. That grenade is going to tickle away at his feet. There's 3 defenders here, though, at B.
Common sight on these CT sides, lean towards the B side. The T's are going to bail after putting on a bit of early pressure.
And they've got a lot of space that they can just walk into. Not that they know it yet, but for the win, they're just tucked into the bomb sites.
Gonna have to clear all this, though. A minute left on the clock. By the time they make their way up here, it's going to be Story with this AWP. He's holding the line. There's even a rotation coming over. They're going to have 3 players on the defense.
Good read initially, but where will this one actually end up? There's not really too much utility either for Illuminar to really work and execute into.
Mitchell gets a bit of early information there. Spotted the jump peeking player. 40 seconds on the clock. Back here, making his way up. Morel's also. PHR just holding that flank. Jerks, he's going to find the opening kill. And they're going to be pushing forward, trying to take the aggression here in towards bathrooms. A flash to be set up here. Black Tier holding in bathrooms here. Jerks, the gun barrel does stick out, but he's not able to connect the shot.
Rotations have come in as well, but Morales, he will extend. Agile with a quick trade to still a play that hasn't revealed themselves.
Yeah, kills going back and forth here, but 2 CTs on the site, one on the site, one close on rotation. This AWP has to shine, and PHR finds that the bomb is dropped, but the trades are so good here for the CTs. For the Ts, it's just 5 seconds left though. That bomb has to go down, and it does.
It will just about. The off angle on the truck, that was the deciding factor as time ran lower. Rostos, the main purpose for him was to try and stop that bomb plant, but thankfully for Illuminar, they had all the right pieces in place to prevent him from doing so.
It looked like For the Win had the setup in there. They had 3 players on the A site. They go for the aggressive play in towards bathrooms, and they are rewarded with the early kills, but the trades were just great from Illuminar, and Story growing down, that's the end of it. That opens up the site.
Momentum works both ways. Illuminar Gaming, they start strong, and Nades are absolutely destroying this defense. Black Tier, he can just spray them all down. It's only the Deagles, but they need to survive strong here, Illuminar.
Trying to push for early ground here. They're actually managed to wrap onto PHR here, but the spray is good. Gets all 3. Now it's just Story. PT50 in hand. Gonna poke his head up here, but see you later, Alligator. Morel puts him back down into the slimy sewers.
Can't change the narrative on that one, unfortunately, for the win, but it was just a partial investment. The gun round, the second one of this second map, will now come into play. And it's so important now for the CTs not to let this become a landslide in favor of Illuminar.
Landslide on LAN here. These 2 teams on the big stage with everything on the line. Illuminar 5-0 is the start. The guns do come back out for the win, and Story gets another shot with this AWP.
It's not going to be the AWP battle early on, potentially, as he's just taking a more passive line, whilst Mast, he's in connector.
Yeah, AWP of his own. He's going to be pushing up with this, trying to clear this boost.
And meanwhile, Zan, he's trying to take short, but Agile, he'll win out the engagement. Man advantage now for the CTs.
Yeah, Mast looking to try and find the trade here. Diaz, he's ready to swing out on this, and he's going to catch the AWP player. That's a huge kill to find.
Good response so far. See if the CTs can make this conversion into a round victory. PHR looking to retake the space that has now been left in short.
For the win, off to a good start on this round. It's taken them a little bit to get into it, but now they've got the 2-man advantage. Ts have grouped up outside towards Monster, but the flank is coming through.
When is that going to activate? When are Illuminar going to realize it?
Diaz coming through now, but it's a Rostos who finds the kill. Morel's trying to get a trade here. PHR is the one that finds it. But Diaz, he snuck up here. That's the bomb. It's going to get dropped. Now PHR, what can he do? 4 players to find. They know exactly where he is. Peppering him with these M4 bullets. It's all falling apart.
Just have to make sure they don't isolate the gunfights. You can see that for the win, they've already rotated players in support at Monster. They don't want to let PHR in.
He's not going to find it in here. Can collect that AWP from his fallen comrade, though, if he is able to escape these wall bangs. Oh, but the hunt is coming through. Diaz, he shut it down with the flank, and he even removes PHR, denies that AWP being collected. And for the win, they fight back here with a pretty clean round, keeping 4 alive.
Yeah, nice micro to make sure that the AWP does not come into any contention. It can't be saved going forward into this one. For the win, that flank activation was absolutely perfect. Diaz strikes at the perfect time whilst all the commotion is going on towards Monster. 1 round now for the CTs.
Still plenty more that they want to put up here. Illuminar, 5 consecutive rounds, have a very solid bank to work from. Mars brings out the AWP again. This time it's Story taking the aggression with that sniper in towards Connector. Morales, he thinks better of it.
And the rest of Illuminar are going to start to group now towards Monster. Rostos, he's about to be tested.
Smoke there defending him. Ooh, nice little pot shot there. Does a bit of chip damage. Can even throw out a second smoke here to support. All of these Ts outside of Monster now grouping up.
And it's so early on in the round, and the CTs have only got 1 smoke left to defend. As the flashbangs rain in, the spam is going to have to be perfect.
Oh, it's beautiful. He gets 2. The trade does come through, but now the Ts, they have to bail. They don't want to overcommit.
And there's that flank again. Coming round in, Diaz with the M4. He's locking Illuminar in towards Monster.
And another great flashbang there prevents Morales from getting any further info. All 3 Ts now, they're pushing up, ready for Monster and Diaz. Here he comes, another multi-kill ready to be delivered, but he can't quite do it. Black Tier, he turns around and finds the kill.
That's actually a very important kill for Illuminar because now they can reset their sights back towards A if they'd like to. Mars just making sure that short is completely clear, but he's walking up into an angle and he's got the bomb.
2-on-2 here onto the B site, so an opportunity does present itself. A rotation has gone through to the A site. Mast is looking for an opening here. One player in towards water and one deep towards graffiti. Not facing here. Smoke to be deployed though for Mast. This will give him a way in and that Molotov can be thrown.
Oh, but Agile just swings out in and eliminates one half of this attack. And now Mast, he's being just chipped away. And the rest of the assault falls apart for Illuminar for the win. Back-to-back rounds on CT.
The patience comes through for the win. They hold that defensive line, wait for the utility to come through, and that's where they start to poke and prod, take a look in, and they find both of those kills. A great response here, keeping 3 alive as well, so they continue building that bank. Illuminar now, they're starting to stretch a little thin. Can't bring out that AWP for Mast this time. It's got to be the AKs that do it.
Still an important round for Illuminar, though. This is a swing round if ever I've seen one. Door been blown off for CT, and Diaz taking aggression in towards Fountain.
Seems to be his middle name here on Overpass. We've seen those flanks come through multiple rounds now, and he's giving it a look in early on. But the contact here from these T players has made him fall back to side a bit. Conceded a little bit of ground, doesn't want to give up that opening kill.
Connect control being established, and now long. That's the next destination for these Ts. Run boosting over. But it's free real estate.
2 players on the A side for the CTs. 3-man lean towards B, although one rotation is coming back through towards A. They seem to have the read on this.
And Diaz, he's going to get aggressive now in towards the toilets. That smoke is going to make sure that Illuminar have to either go long or divider.
They can hold both these 2 angles with these 2 players. An aggressive setup in towards bathrooms. Flash now thrown out as a warning sign. Oh, the boost even coming through for Story. He can peer over this smoke. Opportunity presents itself, but not quite able to find the kill. But Diaz, he delivers.
He's aggressing through the smoke morels. He now needs to try and trade with Black Tier. They need to recover this deficit, and they will. Diaz eliminated, and Morels doubles up.
Critical double kill there. Sarn's still over towards this B site. Even the bomb is here too. 30 seconds on the clock. Story is the only one here on A, although Agile has rotated over now, so the fake, it has been bought.
Rostov's dropping the utility at the perfect time. In fact, he's just going to walk through his own Molotov. 2 kills to hold this down. The rotations can now come in.
Oh.
Agile activates from heaven, and Zan will fall as well. What is that play from Rostov?
How does he get away with it? That's unbelievable. The incendiary drops it down and it even bounces off. It looks like it's a mistake. It looks like he's going to burn alive in his own utility, but he doubles up. The rotations come through at the perfect time. And it just felt like they maybe overthought it. We get to see it again here. It bounces off the edge even, but he manages to get both.
Sweet Rice really and truly cooking in the server right now. 3 rounds, 4 for the win. And Illuminar Gaming, only reduced to these pistols, would love a bomb plot to aid their economy.
You mentioned how critical this round was, and for the win, they come out ahead. It reduces Illuminar to nothing. And now, setting up here with the pistols, they are able to find an opening kill, but Story with that AWP can start to find one of his own, but he can't afford to go down here. Is able to get one, but that AWP can be recovered.
But rotations through connector. Jerks, he's already at truck. They can try and lock this one in. It's still a scary prospect, and that flank's being held. That's critical for the win.
Had to find that kill there. Mast with the AWP, he becomes a lot less potent without that teammate. Is able to find the first kill though. Has the bomb on his back, knows that a player is here and towards connector. Has to hunt now. A minute on the clock. Plenty of time to work with the Rostos. He's holding the smoke. Mast goes for the big brain play. He decides to push through, and he is punished.
Almost a little bit too cerebral. You can see what he's trying to attempt. Maybe give For the Win a taste of their own medicine. In some of these interviews, they've been saying that we like to just go to the wall. They just like to really push and extend, go through these smokes. Unfortunately, not to be. Mast can't quite get that one done. And For the Win, they close the gap just to a 1-round deficit.
4 in a row now for the win. We mentioned they're a momentum-based team. And this is now a scary sight for Illuminar. Can't afford to continue to let these rounds slip.
The Jug's already burned alive. Walking wounded right now on the server. Morels, he's looking to take connect control. Illuminar, they're favoring this long position time after time.
A bit of a different setup here for Diaz, though. He's out towards tree at long. Doesn't have any support with him. It's a bit of a funky position. They may not be ready if they do decide to commit on that, but it does look like B is where they're trying to poke for this early info.
So you can see that for the win, the only control that they have is long, and they're not really too sure where this one is going to end up. As Diaz goes on another expedition round towards the playgrounds, Illuminar, they're about to group towards B.
Yeah, they might have over-rotated here. There's 4 CTs on this side of the map. And with Marsh showing his presence here, that's going to keep them engaged on this A site. And Illuminar might have an opportunity here. A bit of noise made, though, and that might be the trigger.
Definitely. You can see what it's done. Rotation coming in. Story about to make his way to provide overwatch in towards the heavens. Well-timed Molotov, but masked. He's now out long.
Oh, that's a critical kill. Diaz is able to find that player towards long. The PHFire has crept his way out here, making his way past Pillar here. 3 on 3. The kills go back and forth, and PHR, that's the opportunity. Rostos goes down, and now the site can be taken. Agile with the AWP, he's removed, and now it's into this 1 on 3.
It's a really weird round overall because it just felt like there were so many pockets of space, and both teams were just walking in them at the most opportune times. They just kept eluding each other. Masked with that kill secures Illuminar the round.
Even if they'd managed to hold up the defense there, Master had made his way all the way onto A site. He could have been on that quick flank as well. So they even had extra tricks up their sleeve should that assault fail.
Layers on layers here on the T side for Illuminar, showing us why they picked it against for the win. Looking strong, looking a lot better than they did on Nuke.
6 rounds early on here. Force out 4 for the win. Couple of MP9s behind these upgraded rifles. So not the best buy to get the job done. Looking once again towards Story with the AWP to really be the big man here.
PHR leading the charge, contact play coming in. Makes sense. If you take a look at the stats, Illuminar Gaming actually the second worst for flash assists at conference so far. They like these contact plays, they like for the quick trades, and Diaz with the MP9, guess where he is?
That's a huge amount of info gain. They can now rotate a player over onto the A side. They have 3 defenders here. Jerks on site with the MP9, the flank with the AWP through bathrooms, and a player all the way out towards deep long, but they might be a little bit too far away as now the assault comes through Jerks. He's the only defender with the MP9, but the flash, it's a team flash and it's perfect. It sets him up for the kill. The trades come through and the flank, it can come through as well.
Have you ever seen a flanking AWP player? Well, you're about to. Story creeping through the toilet as Diaz locks off connector and a Rostos all triangulate in towards CT. In fact, they are not being given any kills and they're thinking about saving.
Yeah, they have to find an early opportunity and it's not being delivered to them. No idea where these T's are set up in the post plant.
They haven't got a kit either, so that is definitely a factor. But as Diaz finds Mars Story, he's going to walk into his demise.
Hold the phone here. Potentially an opportunity. That clock is still ticking down. Smoke comes through. He's
Surely
sticking
not.
the bomb here. There's no way he gets away with this
He
ninja.
can't.
No, the spam, it comes through and it stops it.
Well, they went for the play that would try and potentially secure them the round, but unfortunately for the win, 10 seconds is just too long of a defuse. Illuminar, they survive the scare and they will get another round on the board.
Close here to closing out the advantage in this first half. Exactly what Illuminar needed to do. If they want to take this all the way to Vertigo, that's the decider waiting in the wings.
And we said that for the win, their CT side, that was the saving grace on this map. On T side, they looked a little bit lackluster. They felt a little bit flat. If Illuminar Gaming keep up the pace, they convert more of these rounds. There might not be a way back in for the CTs.
And this one should be an easy one for Illuminar. It's just the USP is a single CZ, and that's removed early on. Black Tear's looking to do the cleanup here against these pistols. And AK doing plenty of work. Mac10 even able to chime in for one as well. Should just be a bit of a cleanup here.
Yeah, very important for Illuminar because it also settles the nerves. Keeping 5 players alive, maybe 4. Actually, maybe 3, maybe 2. Rostos, he's found 3, and potentially he could completely ruin this.
He can go for this now. Has enough money to fully invest into the next, but his line is being held here. Would have to find this kill to do it. A flank is coming all the way through from Fountain, though, and Yeah, he's going to think better of it. There's just no time to do it. But great stuff for the USP, keeping it expensive.
Yeah, and as soon as I say, well, Illuminar, that's a confidence builder. You keep all of your players alive. It builds up the bank a little bit. It makes it that little bit safer. You can feel a little bit happier after winning the first half out with 8 rounds on the board. But Rostos says no. He wants to make things as difficult as possible for this Polish side.
Oh, he even finds the 4th at the end. That's actually a huge amount of damage. The money is not fantastic for Illuminar. They will be able to full invest into this one, but maybe have to be a little bit more careful against those ecos.
That's a win for the win. Look at this. We get to see it on the replay again. Surely not, especially with Black Tear with such low HP, but they wanted to eliminate him. They wanted to make sure that he couldn't do any more economic damage, but instead he kills all but one player on that T side.
Jumping into this gun round now, Diaz was a danger man on Nuke. He's not able to find any impact here into Connector. PHR removes him early on. Jerks is rotated over to try and find the trade. He's a little bit afraid to peek on that one, and the wall bang. Salt in the wound for the win.
Okay, this is looking a little bit more promising now for Illuminar. Maybe things are returning a little bit to normality. But Agile, he'll burn a live mast at the very least, and now Jerks could potentially catch up PHR on the flank.
I'm going to overface this. The angle, it's perfect. Kill delivered to him. Puts us back into the 3-on-3, and he can just sit here.
And what's uncomfortable as well is Illuminar, the only map control they've gathered right now is short, and they're so worried about Connector.
Yeah, Jerks, he's just going to be a menace here the whole time. They have to be aware of this presence. Agile's going to aggress forward here. Potentially could find the timing, and it's delivered to him. Morel's on a platter. Gives them now the man advantage. The smokes come through now onto site, and the rotation can come through. 2 players now on the defense. These players are going to be swinging out the T's. The duel's Black Tear. He is able to come out victorious, but Story with that AWP gets the trade, and Agile shuts it all down.
It's absolutely perfect from Agile as well. We literally just said it, Illuminar, whilst they have got that map control in towards short, they're so worried about being just killed in the back lines. With PHR falling in Connector, it never feels safe. And the CTs, they want to take the fight to Illuminar, and they will come out on top.
CT rounds few and far between here. 4 for the win, but at least they get their 5th. Looking to hopefully get a 6th here. They're going to be going up against the Force here from Illuminar. A risky play, and it has to pay off. Diaz once again in Connector. Wasn't able to find that impact last round, but does open it up here with the first. And even a large amount of damage onto the second.
Now Story needs to run away. He can't get overwhelmed, and Jerks can't find any purchase with that UMP either.
UMP should be winning that one at close range. The pistol reigns supreme. Story jump spotting here, gets the info. Player so close towards long though. He's going to swing out, and Mars finds the kill.
That's done. Another one of these rounds where Illuminar are about to potentially steal it away. PHR will secure it even further. It feels a lot more safer now.
Oh, Rostos did not need to push that smoke. Overconfidence there. You can see he goes for the pre-fire onto the player on truck, hoping to get that kill, going for the risky play, and is completely punished for it. And that sets up Illuminar off the back of a Force by a single rifle into that round, now up to 9, and in a good position to even get double digits.
It's good to see the players you look to on Illuminar to do the damage. You look to Morels, you look to PHR, and they're now stepping in. Zahn, he's still on a consistent basis. He's up there with them.
The scout, gotta wonder if that had been an AWP, would have been an opening kill, but unfortunately just 70 damage done. But at least it is some early damage. You can keep peppering at these players, as all of them are grouping up outside towards Fountain.
Diaz got to be careful not to overextend. There's a lot of players for the win. Story, the only rifle, he's so far pushed up long. If he flanks this, he could catch Illuminar off guard.
He's in a great position here. Master is holding out towards Playground, but he's jiggling between 2 different angles. He's holding towards behind at the moment. They're so unsure about where the CTs could be because they conceded the ground. And there's that kill, the rifle. It chimes in. Diaz, he's not cleared here. Jerks with the deagle is closed out on though. And Diaz now close range with the scout. It's not the weapon you want in this position. Has to find the headshot to do it. Instead swaps to the USP and is punished for it, but it baits in Story for a kill.
A couple of these players are low for the MP9 to potentially do the damage, but it will be 10 rounds for Illuminar in the first half.
Great stuff here as they bounce back in their map pick. Gonna throw now to Heku, who's on the sidelines for a bit of a report.
A few days ago, we had no idea what to expect from Illuminar on Overpass. Then we saw how Tyloo got destroyed, and we need to keep in mind that they got 14 rounds on the city side, and right now they already have 10 on the T side. We'll be back with the second half after a break.
As Heku set this one up nicely, Illuminar Gaming head over to their favored CT side on Overpass. They take 10 rounds with them from that T side, and they're looking to take this one to a decider.
Yeah, what a bounce back, right? For the win, looking so dominant on Nuke, coming into Overpass, a map that, you know, maybe they felt like they were doing all right on. We hadn't seen too much from Illuminar, but it's an absolute punish here. They look so strong, 10-5. And now going into the CT side, the stronger side, it's not looking great for the win here.
Well, that's what they said before the game. Be ready. And that's certainly what they've brought on Overpass. Pistol round about to take shape.
A critical one here for the win. Need to be able to find this one if they want to make the comeback here on Overpass. Odds so close here between these two. Barreling up towards long. This is going to be heard by the CTs.
A little bit scary. It's a double setup. Mars can take the first contact, and he delivers a quick headshot. And in fact, that completely baits in Morels, who's doing it all. It's a mowdown in long, and Illuminar convert the pistol. That's both pistols being taken by the Polish squad.
What a beautiful setup there. The USP one-tap initially as the player crouch peeks into it, sets it up, and then Morels can swing out for the beautiful 4K there. Every single one of them goes down towards long.
121 ADR on this man. He has stepped up in a big way after falling a little bit shy on Nuke. For the win, they just take Glocks and have won a single P250 into this round.
They're going to be going up against 12 if they can't do anything with it. Molotov burning them down low. Morels, 4 in the round and the previous, in a good position here up with the M4 to potentially get another 4 as they're all sitting in towards playground at the moment. Looking for an over peak here. Morels is actually the only one, so he does have to multi here.
Waiting for a peak that's never going to come in for the win. They sit back, and now they're going to activate over towards long. Morels, he gets the first kill. They're trying to just swarm him, but he's doing all the damage. It's 4 kills. He's on for the ace as well. Rostos is all that remains. He's being hunted by the SMG.
Yeah, giving out the ace so the SMG can get the extra cash. Mars swinging forward here, is able to close it out. But it was all Morels. 2 back-to-back 4Ks.
Absolutely perfect. That's exactly what you want from him. If you are an Illuminar fan, and the way this map is going right now, I think we're on for a 3rd map decider, Lucy.
Vertigo, what an exciting prospect. That was the map that they eliminated. For the win, eliminated Sprout on in double OT. 22 to 20 was how they did it. I don't think they wanted to go to OT here, though.
Perhaps not. They've done the reps on it, though. Bonus round for Illuminar. They carry forward these SMG. So for the win, whilst they have lost these rounds, they've got the upgraded weaponry.
Yeah, and I like the decision to go for something a bit crazy, a bit of a peek there, a bit of a boost to see if they can get some early info. Not going to be rewarded, though. Dan is playing close here with the FAMAS. Rostos creeps by into the smoke. Not going to get spotted, and now he can sit behind that. And that's a freebie there for Rostos.
It's a little bit scary, but that means that MP9 is going to activate in towards Connector. That's an AK that can now be retrieved. 4 versus 4, it's all to play for here.
Story has managed to get his way up the top of Connector, though. There's CT pinned in here, masked. He's trapped. And Morels, oh yes, he's on this flank. This is crazy.
And this is weird as well, because if Mars goes up the ladder in Connector, he can spot the bomb. Diaz actually doesn't find anything when he goes on a flank towards Bank. PHR with the MP9 will secure it.
PHR with great awareness there. Doesn't just barrel through up towards stairs. He clears the angles. They know that there's a gap in that defense.
And that's so much audio just being gathered by collecting that bomb. Mast, he's already just activated on that flank and also given the information over.
Yeah, just holds down W into playground, finds that kill for free. Story now into the 1-on-4, and with 30 seconds, it just does not feel doable for him.
They don't know where he is at the very least, but there's simply no real time. There's no investment. There's no chance for him into this round. Illuminar Gaming, they now will extend to 3 rounds from taking it to Vertigo.
Just wants to hold on to this AK-47. They're not going to push the issue. They've recovered AKs off their own, and they want to hold on to those going into the follow-up.
Counter-terrorists win.
As we look ahead to Vertigo as well, you start to look over to the individuals on this Portuguese side. One player that even had a whole segment on him on that Sprout game, Jerks. He's currently been missing.
He's been missing before, though. We saw it against Sprout. Was absent on that Inferno game, but he stepped back in a big way when it mattered.
Speaking of Illuminar, they've responded perfectly here. Neither one of these organizations has ever made it to Pro League before. Whilst there are a couple of players here or there that have, it'd be a big step for either one of these teams, pushing down in towards Monster now and chipping away at Story's HP.
Oh, Black Tier gets the opening, and Zan, he's able to swing out for almost 3. 2.9 kills does it. The bomb gets retrieved, but it's not much of a reward here. Morels able to find the killer. Rostos swinging out, trying to do something. There's simply too many players.
It just feels like for the winner running out of ideas on Overpass. We saw it against Eternal Fire. They really had no structure. They weren't really too sure where they wanted to send it on that T-side Illuminar. They're punishing them.
Up against potential map point, and they decide to fully invest into it. Going to be able to get the AKs out, but look at the utility. It's a single decoy grenade.
It's definitely not what you want, but it might be indicative of something a little bit faster. At the very least, they're all going to group together.
Going to be running through that Molotov for early damage too. Makes these M4s so much more potent. Mars, he wants to greet them out here towards Long, and he's able to get a kill. The trade comes through. Morels, though, in connector, able to get another. Rostov's not quite ready on the trade. Morels, he holds strong. 2 for him. Story does trade him out eventually, but it's the man advantage towards Illuminar.
28 kills on that man. Illuminar Gaming, they want to take the fight for the win. They want to make them uncomfortable, but Story says no at the very least. 2 versus 2, this is still on the cards.
It's a big kill for Story there. The rotation coming through from Black Tier. That flash is going to alert them to his position, though. They're now aware of him being here in CT. Zan all the way out towards Long on this flank. All going to come down to timing here. The bomb does go down, and Zan makes his way up towards Long. Story, that's a kill presented. Just DS now in the clutch. He was the top fragger for this squad on Nuke and has to step up where it matters here. Both these players coming through, holding the line in the shadow. He sees it, the jiggle. Zan, he's able to close it.
Oh, it was nearly there. The individual gunfights could have been isolated, but Illuminar Gaming, they stand firm. They capitalize on the early kills that they took into this round, and now they are 1 round away. 5 kills potentially from taking us the distance all the way over to the 51 floors of Vertigo.
Feels inevitable at this point. Such a substantial lead here for Illuminar for the win. Not able to put up anything on this T side. Came into the half with 5 and they stay with 5. And they need to find 10 more to do it.
Almost feels impossible, especially with Mars hitting shots like that. Diaz struck off the record in round number 21.
Opening kill early on here, and he's hungry for more. Peeks out and is delivered. The ding comes through, but he even overpeaks for the 3rd. There's nothing this man can't do out here towards Fountain. Completely shuts down for the win.
Scary prospect with Marks warming up on this server, feeling confident in his ability just to swing on out for the win. Gotta be very afraid, and he's even extended in, holding the toilets.
You love the confidence. 10 HP and 2 players hunting him down here, and he gets the 4th as well. The bomb dropped. Potential for the ace here to take this map for Illuminar. Rostos wants to at the very least deny this, but the round feels impossible at this point. Pushing forward with the AK, and Morels, he's the one that shuts it down. It's going to be Illuminar taking Overpass.
Really well played by Illuminar. They bounce back immediately after falling by the wayside on Nuke. We are about